Okay, everybody. So as you guys know already, if you have a question, just say it out loud. I'm unmuting you. You guys can mute yourself and unmute yourself as needed. So what I'm hoping to do today is go over the thesis review that we did last week. So again, I'll share the screen as we do it. I like to go over one or two of those just to get into thesis writing. And then I want to show you a few DBQ resources. Go over very quickly, once again, a little bit of strategy using the DBQ rubric, the new one that goes with 5 documents. And then we're going to hop into the actual timed DBQ. And depending upon the time, we'll see if we'll be able to go over it today, or if you want to, we can email it to me. We can, whatever we need to do, we'll make it work.
Will the time DBQ will it be with everybody or just like individual?
You mean like, so that's where I'm going to say, like, and that's when we get to it, I'll see how people want to approach it. If we want to sit here together and I could put a timer and we do 45 minutes right here, we can do that. Or you can break out, and depending upon the time, we'll figure out how that's going to work.
Okie dokie.
But no matter what, if we decide to break out on our own and do it in a 45-minute chart, I want you guys to actually set the timer for like 45 minutes, because it's going to stop you. The AP exam will just stop what you're doing. And if you have not submitted anything, you're screwed. Like straight up. I can't say it any easier than that. You're just screwed if you don't have something submitted by then. Okay?
By when?
By the end of the timer.
Oh.
So that's why, like, I think I'm going to have you guys set timers for like 44 minutes, and just to make sure that you are done and being able to submit some things, because they're going to give you the full 45 minutes. But if you haven't hit submit by then you're out of luck.
The way they have it is kind of risky though.
Very
because risky. I remember when I was doing my DBQ, it deleted on my last 13 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things where hopefully, and this is where I'm gonna, when I go through the DBQ resources with you guys, I need you guys to watch this other video that Heimer put out that literally gives you a step-by-step thing of what you should have in front of you and when, because it's super important for you guys to do everything correctly here. Even the other link that I put out where you guys literally do like a dry run. Like it doesn't have you write a DBQ, but it tells you all the steps you're going to need to do. I'll show you guys that too. Angelina's asking, will they show us a timer? Yeah, Angelina, a timer will be visible on your exam. Okay. Let me start sharing my screen so we could start. Let's just hop right into the thesis review. And for you guys that were here, let me open up chat so I can still continue to see the chat. For the thesis review, let's go back here. You know, here's my website, blah, blah, blah. It's day 5 right here, thesis. Hopefully you guys have it up, because I, again, told you guys we need to have this ready to go. Did we review number 1 last class or last session? Hello? Did we do this number 1 last session?
Yes, we did.
We did? Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Yeah, I thought we did too, but I wanted to make sure. So let's move on to number 2 then. All right. So what I want to do is, let's look at this using the documents provided, evaluate the causes of the rise of nationalism throughout the world during the period 1750 to 1900 CE. So with that, who's got some theses? Who's got some theses for this? You all should have done this before you came here, so I want to kind of see where we're at with this stuff. Who's got one? You can either say it or you could type it in the chat. Or obviously if you wrote it down already or did everything, just copy and paste it into the chat. Waiting on y'all. It's really quiet. So you guys aren't trying to make a thesis now, are you?
I honestly did not know we were supposed to do it for homework.
What? I sent this out. How many times? What the hell, y'all? Wait. Just real quick. Just type it in the chat. How many of you guys actually did this? Because this is something where you were supposed to. That's the reason I sent it out like at least 3 times. Mateus, Ethan, no. Angelina did the first one. So none of y'all did the rest of this? Oh my God. Guys, this was the point of having the review, was to review it. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. You guys really are making this hard. Do this. Go ahead, and we're just going to do one more then, because we had a lot to get through, and this is just going to push us back a little bit. Here's what we're going to do. Go ahead and make a thesis for number 2. Again, that means you're going to sit there and go through the documents, evaluate, okay, these causes, okay? So it's using the document provided, evaluate the causes of the rise of nationalism throughout the world during the period 1750 to 1900. So I guess let's take 10 minutes. That's number 2, Ianche. It should be on the screen right now. But if you're on my website and you're looking for this, guys, wow, this is going to put us back. It's DBQ practice day 5 thesis. So go to DBQ practice day 5 thesis, and this is the document that shows up. I want you guys to give me a thesis for number 2 right here. And I'll give you guys 10 minutes to do it. So again, you can write your thesis down and say it out loud to us, or you could type it into the chat. Oh, you guys are killing me. I guess I'll go ahead and make another one for me. Feel free to ask any questions that you guys need. You guys got another 8 minutes or so to try to make a thesis for this. What's up?
What day are you
Hmm?
on? Bye. Okay.
Was that a question? Anyone finished with the documents and they're starting to maybe organize their argument here? Okay, we got two of them coming in here. Okay, Princess. In cause of the rise of war and therefore needed unification of the people, the call to join the war was deemed as an honor for the country and representative of the might of their army, leading to a rise of nationalistic thought. This was also fueled by antagonistic thoughts against other nations.
¿Qué hora de comer? Que tengo hambre.
Let's mute that. Okay. Because a princess is a little bit weird at the front end of that. In a cause of rise of war and therefore needed unification of the people. In cause of the rise of war is kind of making it hard to understand. I like the last part, the middle part of it is representative of the might of their army, leading to a rise of nationalistic thought. I think it needs to be clear in the first part. Got to be clear in the first part, Princess. Angelina, during the period 1750 to 1900, the causes of the rise of nationalism throughout the world was one, gaining independence through declaring war, which France did against Austria, and coming together to make a unity and stand for nationalism. I like the first part of it, through declaring war, which France, and coming together to make a unity and a stand for nationalism. The last part of it is not going to work as much. You may want to clean that up a little bit. All right, in effect of the rise of war. Okay, it looks like this one's causing a little bit of toughness for everybody. Naomi says the rise of nationalism between 1750 and 1900 throughout the world were caused by the need to show representation of their country and to express the love for their country through war and battle, to gain their own independence and unity as a whole. As of right now, Naomi, actually, I think I like yours the best of the three. The way I see it, there's three different things, 2 or 3 things that can be addressed, and ones that unifying and rallying together of peoples. And you can see that in at least a couple of documents where they're trying to unite a specific kinds of people. Before I go any further, let me go back to cons over here. Although nationalism has surged all throughout the world during the period 1750 to 1900, many of them developed due to leaders who sought to unite the people under a common purpose. That could be war or revolt, I guess, was to revolt against oppressors or to force economic reforms. Those are 2 of the things that I actually have here, and that's obviously to unite people under a common purpose. It doesn't matter what that purpose is, it's just uniting of a people. And I think it's document 4 is where you probably got the economic reforms to unify and strengthen a people. Did anybody catch that? So what I kind of gather here, it looks like you guys are having trouble with these documents. It looks like the language is throwing you guys off here. Is that accurate? Everybody still here? Hello? Everybody still muted? You guys can unmute. Like, feel free. Talk it. From Mateus. Here we go. The rise of nationalism in the world throughout the period 1750 to 1900 was due to many wars happening, and as nationalism grew, it helped nations stay strong and unite them. An example is the Rhine Army song, which was written encouraging them to stay strong against the war of Austria. Yeah, Mateus, remember, you're trying to evaluate the causes of the rise of nationalism. So what is behind nationalism growing? So remember, nationalism is that America moment, Oh, America. Well, what's behind that America movement? What is behind that nationalistic fervor? In this case, what this is trying to get you to see is that you have leaders trying to unite a people together. So everybody who has that in there, you're pretty much right. Now, the details you get with that is kind of up to you. So some of you are uniting them for a specific purpose. Some of you are uniting them against an enemy. You could even summarize that and say just a common goal. Look, Diego's is in the chat right here. The rise of nationalism chat's moving. In the period 1750 to 1900 was created because of the unification of the people to accomplish a common goal, whether it be revolt against cruel and unjust governments or to make their countries greater than other foreign states. Yeah, that's an argument. You can use that, Diego. Yordi, most of these are going, I'm very certain at this point, it's probably going to be evaluate to the extent. So what that means is that you're going to have to say like, oh, it greatly affected this because of X, Y, and Z. It's not just this is what happened, X, Y, and Z. It's you have to give me something, or you're gonna have to give them something, saying it greatly affected it, it transformed it, it did not transform it, or it did not affect. These are the reasons why. So it's the how much it changed, and then how and why. Let me see. Yeah, Diego's is pretty clean. Ian Shea, the rise of nationalism during the period 1750 to 1900 is due mostly to the growing conflict between societies and their colonizers. For example, Latin America and the Spanish rulers. As they fight for their rights, they start to accept culture and unite and branch off, becoming more. Ian Shea, I like yours as well. It's got a little bit of detail in there that builds a little bit off of kind of what Diego was doing there. I like that too. I like that too, Yansha. Nice job. So with thesis writing, a lot of what you guys are going to want to focus on, especially with those to the extent ones, is the fact that all of you need to make sure you understand that to the extent means like, it's just like the Portuguese one you guys just did last week. It's like, you need to tell me how much the Portuguese transformed trade in the Indian Ocean, or they did transform it. They greatly affected it. They didn't affect it at all. You need to tell me something like that, and then tell me how or how much or why they changed it. What were the reasons behind it? Princess putting another one here. The rise of war between civilization caused a needed unification of the people. In light of that needed unification, a call to join the war was deemed as an honor for the country, represented the might of their army, leading to a rise of nationalistic thoughts. This was also fueled by antagonistic thoughts brought together to fight a common enemy. I think you have it there, Princess, but and this is still going to your writing style. I think it can be. So actually, you know what? I think it'll definitely work. You still can make some clear distinctions there in there. So I think that would work, Princess. I would still use words from the prompt to help connect it to the prompt. Okay, so don't just put your own answer. That's why everybody seems to be kind of the same thing. It's always going back to the dates and the times and the rise of nationalism. Always want to use some of the words from the prompt within your thesis. Everybody here? Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Have we gone through enough here?
Yes.
You guys are killing me, by the way. We were
Yes,
supposed to
sir.
have these theses done, man. Y'all are killing me. Diego, should we use a lot of complicated language or keep it simple for the AP writers? You want to be clear, okay? Complicated, like people will try to do some complicated language and they end up muddling their argument. If you're able to be clear and still use those educated words, yes, but don't just use big words and then you misuse them. You understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. So let's go on to the other part of what we need to do here. Yeah, I mean, like you already actually, that's a good point. You could write it like the person doesn't know history. Try to just make sure you're clear with every single thing that you're saying. Okay, so let's go very quickly to the exam review page. I'm gonna exit out of this thesis writing. And again, if you want to go back and try more thesis stuff, there's still number 3 to go, and the exemplar is still right here on the website. So you could practice one more thesis on top of what we're going to be doing outside of here. So let's go right into this. If you guys notice, the schedule changed in a big way. I didn't make you do a DBQ this week because people will be doing the DBQ with me right now. So all you had for this week was a 1750 to 1900 quiz. All right. Hopefully you're doing that or getting it done by the time Friday 12 o'clock rolls around. Next week is when we're going to be hardcore every day at this from 1 to 2 o'clock every day. We're going to be doing some sort, and not every day, not Friday. Every day besides Friday, we'll be going through and doing a DBQ, revising a DBQ, something to help us really get used to these 5 document DBQs. Okay. Also next week, if you guys see on the schedule, which hopefully are on your computer as well, the Heimler guides that if you did them, what the things are due, those are extra credit. Okay, so if you did those, great. You can submit them by May 11th for extra credit. And let's see. You have a test on AP Classroom. From May 11th to May 20th or May 19th, I will be having all these sessions. So every day I'll be on here, like I said, besides Friday. So let's talk about the DBQ, how you guys are actually gonna, well, actually, you know what? Let me ask you guys, have you gone through and seen the exam checklist and the prep guide that Heimler put out that you guys should see on your screen right now? Yanche says she did. Or are you saying that it did, you did from May? Talk to me, guys. I need your voices here. Did you guys go through this AP exam guide and the checklist? Please. Okay, I got 2 people responding. Come on, guys. If you want to, just say it out loud. Yes, sorry.
How are you supposed to like fill out that checklist thing?
I would print it out, hell.
I did print it out, but I don't know what to do with it.
Well, that's the thing. That's why. Did you watch this video yet?
No, I
Okay.
did not.
So everybody that is going to be successful on the exam, and you're not going to want to sit there and freak out the day of, watch this prep guide, y'all. He talks you through exactly what you're going to need for the day of the exam,
Okay.
how to prep for it. Okay.
Okay.
Also, this practice exam link. I'm sure, I don't know if some people have done this yet, but if you click on the practice exam link, can you guys see where I'm going on my computer still? Look at this. Enter your 8-character AP ID. If you go through here, and just to show you what I'm talking about, do it. Try this. This is the exact same process you'll be doing for the DBQ. You're going to have to fill stuff out before the exam starts and fill in different information that you're going to get emailed to you. Practice doing this and knowing what's going to happen for the day of. And this checklist and this guide will help you be comfortable with that.
¿Dónde está el thing you just clicked on?
Right here, look.
Oh shoot, I didn't even see that.
They are giving, yeah, Angelina, they're going to email you 2 days before the exam your exam ID. It'll be given to you in an email. I'm telling you guys, all the questions that you have about completing this exam between the checklist and this video right here, go for it. Got to do it. All right, watch it. Yeah, it's giving me anxiety just because I've like 16 of you guys in here, and I'm betting most other people have not even checked out the website for this. Like, if I'm not in front of you every day, for some reason, I'm not thinking you're getting my reminds. Because every time I put something on the website, I'm sending this to y'all. So you guys got to pay attention to those reminds. It's giving me anxiety too, Naomi. Okay, so with those resources in there, I want to open up 2 things. Now, following me on my website, if you want to follow on your own computer too, you can. Map Exam 2020 or do you have any questions, guys, so far?
Nope.
Okay, so WAP Exam 2020 right here. There's a couple things I want to show you guys. One, I want to show you guys this planning guide. See where it says 2020 at-home planning sheet? I want you guys to try to use this for today's DBQ. Okay, if you need it. So go to WAP Exam 2020. You can, you'll see this. It'll open up to here. This is a great planning sheet for you guys because it literally allows you notes for each document, asks you questions, gives you reminders that go along with the rubric. Okay, and allows you to create a quick outline. Right, this is something that could be very useful for the day of the exam to keep you organized. You don't have to use it, but I just want to sit there and show you that you have this
available.
You have something there available to you. If you're still having trouble with DBQs in general, this Heimler Help Me section literally goes through the entire DBQ process, and I keep making notes on it for you guys. How to upload, how to argue with documents and use documents. It's all basically Heimler stuff. He's been doing a really great job giving out content for all the teachers. All right. Before we hop into the DBQ, I want to have a strategy session with you guys, and I need you guys to be talking, because I need to bounce ideas off you, and you need to bounce some ideas off of me. And I want you to understand a few things, how we can game this rubric, double dip on certain points, and really try to be as effective as possible at getting the most amount of points. So to do that, I'm going to open up the mini DBQ and modified DBQ. These are my two favorite ones. I don't care which one you use, but it does allow you to see everything super easy. So just looking at it like this, remember, this is out of 10 points. All right. There's no way you're not going to do well. There's no way you do well on this without a good thesis. So you have to do it. Okay. What else? Looking at this evidence part, and you could use my screen, you could use yours. I don't care what you're doing, but as long as you're looking at this DBQ, mini DBQ rubric or the modified DBQ rubric, what about the evidence stands out to you? Look at specifically the evidence section. What stands out?
It's really easy. You get a free point.
What do you mean?
Kind of like the easier ones to get in a while. Like just have to support 2 docs and it's already 2 points ahead.
Yeah, you just use 2 documents, you get 1 point, and if you support both of them and connect them to your argument, you get another point.
Yeah, and the biggest part of that is something that Naomi's saying over there too, and you guys saying, is the word support. And that's where, like, that Heimler video, going back to the website, he's telling you how to use and support the documents. Watch those. It's like a small video, it's like 3-4 minutes long, but it really reinforces that idea. You can literally, out of 5 documents on a DBQ, use documents 1 and 2, or just 2 of those documents, and you can still get 2 evidence points. Because as long as you use a document that addresses the topic, but you use those same documents to support it, you can kind of double dip on those points. You know, like you're using document 1, and then you're saying, you know, this shows, and that's connecting it to your argument. This document shows this, and it shows how this supported this part of the argument. Okay, so that's a big deal. You can use only 2 documents and still get 2 evidence points. All right, that's not that hard to do. So if you have a thesis, let's say you just have a thesis, that could be what, 1 to 2 sentences long.
Yeah.
Then you use a document. You tell us what's in the document. This shows how it can connect. And then you use another document. This shows and you connect it. You can literally have this, a 3-paragraph essay that gets a 3 very, very easily. Now, will a 3 be enough to pass? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you guys are going to need to get a 4.
Yeah, like to get a 3, you should be in the 4 or 5 range,
Yeah.
maybe 6.
I mean, that's the easiest thing in the world. To get a 3, all you got to do is to use 2 documents and have a decent thesis. That's it. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to need for you to get a 4, which means you're going to need to do outside evidence or analysis. Okay, so, but that's easy too. So in a way, and depending on what the topic is, just for 1 document, all you have to do is to show the purpose, point of view, audience, or author, and what it's saying about the document, and connect it to your argument. So I can make a 4-point essay by writing a 2 to 3 sentence thesis, using 1 document to support an argument, 1 side of my argument, 1 document to support the other side of the argument, and then addressing the purpose of 1 document. You gotta be familiar with the rubric. If you are, it makes this essay pretty easy. And you just keep building it. Now, that's just me telling you guys, I think you're going to need to get at least a 4, but I want you to see how easy a 4 is to get still. right. So now that we're, oh wait. So you could easily, Princess is saying, so you could easily tie your analysis into doc support. Yeah, most definitely. Like as soon as you're saying, you know, this doc, you know, doc 1, this document shows, you know, for this argument, and then you go into the author's point of view is connected, or you could talk about the historical situation or the purpose of this document. The purpose of this person saying these things in the document is to X, Y, and Z. It's actually relatively easy to tie in at least just for one analysis. Okay, so let's get into this. Does anybody have any questions about this rubric?
Nope.
All right, I've got no questions. No questions on this
Just
rubric.
kind of laughing at the fact that complexity is catch a unicorn on a rainbow net.
Yeah. The complexity point is super hard to get, guys. I wouldn't even bother trying to get it. Like, as long as you are making good arguments and supporting them, you have a chance to get the complexity point. But generally, you're probably only going to get the complexity point if you're going to get outside evidence from everything. So it's going to be tough. So focus on the ones that are easy. Thesis, evidence, and analysis are generally the easiest ones to get. Is the analysis the connection to your argument? No, the analysis points are when you analyze the actual source of the document. Okay, so when you analyze the source of the document, it's like, you know, the purpose of this person saying this was to help to motivate the Germanic peoples to unite under one flag. So it's the hip or the soap part of it, but you only have to use one portion of it. Hip, historical context, or intended audience, or purpose, or point of view. All right. So with all this being said, guys, keep track of this. Always go back to this. From now on to this point, we are no longer going to be doing 7 document DBQs. We're going to be practicing with 5 documents. Our first one that we're going to do is on the website.
Oh boy.
So I'm assuming everybody here has me on a window on their computer, right? Or some sort of, you don't have me full screen, do you?
I see you just fine.
All right. So here's what I need y'all to do. Go to my website if you aren't already there. Go to WAP Exam 2020. The DBQ that we're going to be doing today. Oh, I'm on the phone. Okay, so are you by a computer, Angelina? Okay, cool. WAP Exam 2020. If you go over here to where you guys, can you guys see this on your screen still? Everybody can see this? All right. Go to 5 document DBQ 2020. It's going to open up another screen. Open up a Google Drive, hopefully. Move this out the way. Click on Spanish Flu 2020. And that's going to go ahead and open up the DBQ. So once again, those steps were go to my website under exam review. Then go to WAP Exam 2020, which is the second section from the top. 5 document DBQs. It'll open up a separate screen, and you will see a 5 document DBQ all about the Spanish flu.
Oh, got it.
Now, the reason I chose this one, and Naomi had a feeling it was going to be this one. Sure. Janae, this is not one that's due on Friday. You do not have a DBQ due this week. I am literally just here trying to make you guys better. That's it. It's not due for a grade. Because it's already 150 and we're just getting to this, here's what we're probably going to do. But well, let me get that in a second. Has everybody got to this point? Do they see the DBQ on their screen?
Yes, sir.
Everybody there? Diego, Mateus, Princess, whoever else I get. Janae.
Yes.
Everybody's
Yeah.
okay, good. So I already went ahead and wrote this DBQ. It took me like 43 minutes. Okay, so
Wow.
for me, it took me a long time to do it. All right, I already have a copy of mine. I thought we were going to be able to go over it, but because we had to do a little backtracking, we're running out of time kind of quick. It's already 1:50. So here's what we're going to do. This is all about the Spanish Flu DBQ. You guys are going to go ahead and whatever device you're going to do this on, that's fine. Try to make this like this was the day of the DBQ. Right now, like pretend this is the DBQ that is on, that is going to be given to you by College Board. I want you guys to set a timer on a phone, in your room, on a computer, whatever you can do. And I want you to try to type this on a Word document. Okay? Type this into a Word document. Time yourself. Okay? We're gonna stop the Zoom and everything like this in a few minutes here. But I want you to do this, and when you're done, send it to me. Okay, so this is not required. If you want me to grade your DBQ, your first 5 document timed 45-minute DBQ, you'll send it to me. Send it to my email, and I will send you back feedback. Okay, I'll even sit there and tell you what I did on my DBQ, and that'll be what we do next session. So I'll send you guys some feedback for each of your DBQs. So again, your process, please, if you need to download it, whatever you got to do, but put a timer on for 44 minutes. Forget the 45, do it for 44. And type it into a Word document and send it to me. Or type it into your email, I don't care, but give me something that I can give you feedback on. If you don't send it to me, I'm not going to give you feedback. I'm not going to come after you either though, okay? But time yourself and try to do this. Should we use the resources we plan on using for the test or just with our brains? I think you use everything like you would the day of the test. So for me, I like this 2020 at-home DBQ planning sheet. And again, you can find that on my exam review site under DBQ info and rubrics. You can find that DBQ planning sheet right there. If you want to have I would still have a copy of the rubric next to me just to remind me. Even though the DBQ planning sheet kind of reminds you of things right there, I would still have one of these rubrics next to me. Okay, just in case. One thing that I did not mention before that I wanted to show you guys, I just put this up yesterday. And this is something where if you're good at DBQs, like for the next week or so, when we're going through timed DBQs and you're doing well and you're having plenty of time, cool. But if you're struggling with time, try not to use this. For contextualization, and you guys can see my screen still, Heimler put up a video about organizing notes, and there was an AP teacher that literally made it for y'all. So I'm going to put it up on my screen here for a second. But to help with your contextualization and outside evidence, a teacher basically took all of the topics that they could possibly be giving you a DBQ about and giving you, and they kind of went through and gave you examples. And it's all here. Okay, so they went through the actual course and exam description, the CED, and gave all the different examples that were listed in there. All right, so this is a good thing to be able to get the outside knowledge or the contextualization point. Let me give you an example. Here's what we're doing, right? We're doing the Spanish flu. Well, actually, this is, I guess, not going to be a good one, but let's go with the Portuguese one we did from last week. All right, the one that was on AP Classroom. You guys follow me so far?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Yes, sir.
that is all about what? Let's think about what the topic is in the Portuguese prompt, which was, evaluate the
Say
extent.
that.
Evaluate the extent to which the
The
Portuguese
maritime
exchange
thing.
trade and the
Yes.
Indian Ocean trade.
So you got.
Yourself, your microphone kind of sucks.
So yeah, no, I'm barely hearing you there. You'd start thinking about, where do I know that? That's trade. That's cultural developments. So you go to here and you try to find the theme that it interacts with. Okay, could that be economic?
Yeah.
You know, it could be economic. It could be social interactions. You know, so you'd find that, and you'd find which ones work, and then you'd go and find some of these illustrative examples, and you'd be able to write about it. It's super easy to be able to use. And here we go. Look, economic systems, topic 4.4. Talking about the Portuguese, Spanish, and Dutch merchants, which means you could probably use some of these illustrative examples for outside evidence, or for, what do you call it? Contextualization. Where is this page? This is again on my website, under exam review. Heimler help me. Come down. And it's how you organize your notes for the AP exam. And it's right here. So what I would do is maybe get this downloaded to your computer or something like that, print it out, whatever you got to do. Maybe organize it by topic. I mean, that might help you. So let's just put a little summary here. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, in essence, here's what I want. Complete this DBQ, and that's again the Spanish flu DBQ found on your exam review and 5-doc DBQ. Send it to me. I will send you feedback, and I'll tell you exactly which points you earned, which points you didn't. And then the next time, well, you'll get that from me. The next time I see you guys will be Monday of next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to be on from 1 to 2, just doing 5 time DBQs with you guys, just to try to help as best I can.
Time is flying so fast now.
So, and I know what some of you guys said, like Human Geo has their exam soon. Is that correct? Okay, when is that exactly? On the 12th, so that's Tuesday. Obviously, I'm not going to hold it against you if you guys aren't here on Monday or Tuesday. I know you're trying to prepare for Human Geo, but I will still be doing DBQs all those days. And then the week of the exam, which is not next week, the week after next, I'm going to go ahead and I'll do them on Monday and Tuesday. The Wednesday before your exam, I want you to relax and chill out. All right? You can't do much more than that.
And
Janae, for the Heimler video guides, are we supposed to watch them and take notes, or are there questions? There's no questions on the Heimler videos, but those Heimler videos, his playlists that I've put together on the website for you guys, especially the one where it outlines exactly what to expect the day of the exam, are just good to watch. That's why I keep constantly bugging you guys on the phone. Hey, did you see the new Heimler video? Did you see it? Did you see it? So they're just there to help you guys.
I got a question.
Yes.
Can you explain that part where you were saying for next week that you're going to be doing DBQs every single day?
Yeah, let me just, I'll share my screen real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. On my website, I put this on your DBQ or your exam review schedule, the one that you see where your stuff is.
Mhm.
If you look, I'm going down. Here's this week. We have our DBQ review session Wednesday. You only have the, this particular small grade this week. It's just the quiz. Okay. But next week, I'm having Zoom writing sessions all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Oh, okay.
Thursday. You only have a test next week. That's all you got. And again, you guys can work together on these things. I don't care if you do that. It's kind of a good thing for you guys to do. But look, all the way up until your exam, I'll be doing review sessions every day.
Okay.
Every single one of those days will be a 45-minute DBQ that we can review afterwards, and you can send them to me, and I'll give you feedback.
Anyone want to be my partner for the test?
There you go.
Yeah.
If you guys don't have any more questions, or type whatever questions you have in the chat, we're good to go here. We're done.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Why are you crying? Literally everything is on the website.
No, I'm
Hi,
talking
Mr.
about
Matos.
This is probably as easy as it gets because the points are now kind of a bit more easier to get in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, they are pretty easy. All you got to do is use 2 documents, and you can theoretically get a 4. You can even get a 5 if you use, outside evidence and analysis. Ian Shea, which guides are for extra credit? Those are the Heimler guides. All right, I'll share my screen again so you can see. It says the Heimler guides are the ones that you can submit for extra credit. And those can be found, again, on the exam review page. Just go down past all the stuff for the exams, not the unit review packets, but look, the Heimler video guides.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Elliot. Bye, Namrata.
Bye, Mr. Mathos.
See you guys. See you, Ethan. See you guys. Have a good one.